Hello and welcome to Logos College Online Learning. This is Achan Toto. Today, what I want to do is I want to talk to you some more about interview questions. All right. The last video we talked about common interview questions. We talked about what style questions are there. Is it questions about where you talk about yourself, your goals, your hobbies? Is it questions where you prove that you've done research on the company and the job that you are applying for? Or is it questions that demonstrate that you have the skills and experience necessary for the job? Right? And then we talked about some words: be clear, explicit, concise, be audible, be truthful. Right? Today, I want to go back and listen to that guy's answer to number one, all right? And this was his answer to number one right here. I'm going to play it for you again. And then I'm going to play for you someone else's response to the same question, all right? And we're going to compare the two responses. All right, here's that guy's original response again. Let's see if we can figure out what are some things that were wrong with it.
4.4 1.
Well, I've never really thought about it. I suppose I'd like to be married with kids, perhaps. My sister's got 3 kids and they're really great. I'd also like to be doing a job I enjoy. There's nothing worse than being stuck in a boring job where you have the same routine every day. It'd be a job with lots of responsibility, but I suppose not too much. I wouldn't want to get stressed. If I was lucky enough to get this job, it'd be great. But I suppose 5 years is a long time without a change, so I'd try to get a promotion if I could.
Okay. And here's that response in written form, okay? As you can see here, this can be improved because he's not very concise, all right? And he's not clear, and he's not as explicit as he needs to be. All right? There's some confusion here, all right? But one of the most important things that he does wrong is that he makes negative statements, all right? Look at this sentence right here. There's nothing worse than being stuck in a boring job where you have the same routine every day. Then he goes, I wouldn't want to get stressed. So you want to avoid saying negative statements in your job interview. Right? Everyone gets stressed during a job. A job is supposed to be stressful. If it's not stressful, you're probably not working hard enough. So if you say things like, I wouldn't want to get stressed, that you shouldn't say those negative statements in a job interview question. And he goes, if I was lucky enough to get this job. So he's not very concise and clear there. You want to say, when I get this job. All right? Then again he goes, but I suppose. No, you want to be definite. You want to show that you have definite goals. Right? I'm going to play this audio for you this time, and I want you to listen to her response to the same question.
4.5
I see myself doing a job I really enjoy. I'll have plenty of responsibility, which will make me proud of the work I do. But I won't be stressed because I'll make sure I only take on what I can manage. If you offer me this job, I'll expect to impress you enough with my attitude and my results that you'll offer me a promotion.
All right. So notice her response was a lot shorter and is a lot more brief. All right? So it was more concise. It had more structure to it. It seems as she practiced her response more than the other guy did. All right. So her response was well structured, concise, and it was also positive. All right. She said she welcomes responsibility. So that shows that she's willing to work hard and take on difficult challenges. And then she explains how she will avoid stress. Right? The first guy says, I wouldn't want to get stressed. But she says, she tells you how, she knows she's going to get stressed because it's a job. But she explains how she's going to manage her stress. She says, I'll make sure I only take on what I can manage. All right? She uses will. I will make sure I only take on what I can manage. All right? She uses will instead of would. Right? So that's also another very important thing. When you use will instead of would, you show that you have a more positive, optimistic attitude. Right? When you say I would, that shows a little bit of uncertainty. But when you say I will, right, that shows more of a direct approach or something you want to do it. You will achieve it. All right, let's listen to extract number 3. All right. So this question, he was answering the question, how do you typically approach new projects? All right. So let's listen to his answer to that again, and then we're going to compare his answer, or what he said, to an improved answer. All right. Where are you?
3.
Well, usually there needs to be a clear picture of what the aims of the project are, so it's essential to speak to everyone involved before taking any action. In my current job, we use project management software to help us keep track of what we have to do and when we have to do it. Of course, it's important that someone keeps an eye on whether people are actually doing what they're supposed to be doing, and obviously you also need to deal with unexpected situations as they come up.
All right. So again, he's not very concise. All right. He kind of talks a little too much. It could be more structure. There could be things in there where he doesn't ramble on. Okay. Let's listen to an improved answer, and let's see. We'll talk about the differences.
4.6.
The first thing I do is make sure I've got a really clear picture of what I need to achieve. Let me give you an example. Last year, I managed a project to archive all our old customer billing records, which are in huge piles of paper in a storage room. So I needed to be really clear about what information was important. I always speak to everyone involved before I take any action. In this case, I spoke to the admin staff who were actually going to use the archive, as well as to their boss, to find out what they needed. I always use project management software to help me keep track of what I have to do and when I have to do it. This was really important with my archiving project because I was managing quite a large team of people. But I also make sure I keep an eye on whether my team are actually doing what they're supposed to be doing and don't just rely on the software. And I deal with unexpected situations as they come up. For example, several members of my team went on sick leave, and I had to get some temporary workers in and train them up quickly so I didn't miss any deadlines.
All right. Her response, yes, it was long, right? But did you notice that she gave examples? All right. She just didn't say the things that she will do. She gave examples. She showed her experience. Right? And she showed her experience, and then she also talked about how she will use her previous experience in the future. If those problems come up again, how is she going to solve those problems? Right? So she had a more well-structured answer. She goes, first, I would make sure that, right? And she goes on to give examples. So when you answer these style questions, make sure you tell the interviewer, all right, your past experience and how that will help you with future problems. Okay, I want to end this lesson about the most important question you'll be asked, all right, and that's please tell me about yourself. In all interviews, you will be required to talk about yourself. The interviewers want to find out whether you're the type of person who would be able to do the job, and also whether your personality would fit in with the rest of the company. All right. So this is the most important question at any job interview. All right. Do you have what it takes to work for this company? All right. Tell me about yourself. Okay, look at number one. Can you tell us something about yourself? All right, what are some things are you gonna say? Oh, I like to eat. I like to sleep. No. Okay. You want to talk about your personality traits, your best personality traits. All right. And you also want to give examples. Don't just say I'm hardworking. All right. You don't want to say that. You could say things like, well, in school, as a student, I achieved a very high GPA because of my hard work. Right? So there, you gave an example of what you did, but you also showed that you are hardworking. Other questions, what did you learn about your time at university? You want to talk about the best things. You want to talk about things that are relevant to the job. Right? If you're applying for a job in marketing, you want to talk about the things that you learned about marketing while you're at university. You don't want to talk about other stuff. Would you say you're an ambitious person? See, again, all companies, all businesses want to know if you have set personal goals for yourself. All right, tell me about yourself. You want to be professional. You want to focus on one story to tell. Be concise. Again, short but effective. All right, clear, understandable answers. Be specific. You have to give examples. And you want to connect your story to the position. All right, you want to talk about the relevant skills for this job. You want to talk about the relevant personality traits that you have that will help you in this position, that will help you at this company. Okay, we're going to listen to Alejandro, and he's a recent economics graduate, right? And he's practicing for an interview question. So we're going to listen to Alejandro, and then let's see if is he professional, is he concise, does he give examples, and does he talk about the relevant skills and personality traits that are required for this job?
7.
Can you tell us something about yourself?
Well, I'm 24. I recently graduated from the University of Barcelona with a BSc in economics. I enjoy playing sports, especially tennis and basketball. Our basketball team got to the regional final in my last year at university.
What did you learn during your time at university?
I studied economics, and well, I learned a lot about economics, microeconomics, macroeconomics, positive economics, and how economies work as economic systems, and what the relationship is between economic players in society.
What kinds of things do you worry about?
I worry about quite a lot of things. I worry about the environment. I worry about my work. My work is extremely important, and I can be a perfectionist at times. Everything has to be just right. If there's something wrong with a project I'm working on, then I can get really frustrated and worried until it's sorted out. I had a problem like this last week, but it was okay in the end. I also worry about catching tropical diseases when I go on holiday.
Would you say you're an ambitious person?
Yes, I would say that I am ambitious, definitely.
All right. So what do you think? Alejandro's responses, right? The first one, can you tell us something about yourself? And he gave some personality traits, but not too much. He talked about his education, right? And he talked about sports, and he talked about his basketball team. I don't know if that's too relevant to the job position that he's applying for. And what kinds of things did you learn during your time at university? He just talked about economics. Maybe that's what job he's applying for. And then what kinds of things do you worry about? He talks about the environment, worries about his work. He did give examples, which was good, but at the same time, he was pretty negative. He said a lot of negative words in that interview, right? And the last one, would you say you're an ambitious person? He just says, yeah, I would say I am. And that's it. He doesn't give an example at all of how he is, why he is an ambitious person. So what we're going to do is we're going to listen to an improved answer, right? So this is the answer that Alejandro gives in the real interview. Right? This, what we just heard was his practice. Right now, let's see if he improved on his response.
9.
Can you tell us something about yourself?
Well, I'm motivated and I put a lot of effort into everything I do, whether I'm studying at university, at work, or even when I'm playing sport. During my last year at university, I was captain of the basketball team. I had to organize matches and motivate the players. As captain, it was essential that I was able to communicate effectively and get along with everybody in the team. And for the first time in years, our team managed to reach the regional final. We didn't win, unfortunately, but leading the team to the final was a big achievement for me.
What did you learn during your time at university?
Oh, lots of things. My economics degree was very practical, and there were many elements of the degree that could be applied to the business world. I had a number of challenging assignments which often had to be completed within a short period of time. This helped me to develop my prioritizing skills and ability to work to tight deadlines.
What kinds of things do you worry about?
I worry about normal things, the same as everybody else, I think. I worry about meeting deadlines and getting everything done on time. I used to worry about data on my computer quite a bit. Now I back up all my data on an external hard drive so that everything is protected. This way I've got one less thing to worry about.
Would you say you're an ambitious person?
Yes, I would say that I am ambitious. I'm very keen to get a job with a company such as yours, where I can make full use of my degree and professional experience. I am a dedicated worker and will hope to gain internal promotion based on my performance at work.
All right, so as you can see, Alejandro improved dramatically on his responses, right? So the first question, what he did better was he talked about his personality traits. And he says he was motivated, right? And he showed his transferable skills, right? He was able to lead, to be a captain of a team. So he shows leadership skills. And he also had a little bit of small talk, which he laughed a little bit, and that helped him ease his nervousness, right? The second question, he showed his experience, things, activities that he did while at university. For number 3, he also included a little bit more small talk, but he talked about things that he would be worried about related to work, related to jobs. Right? And number 4, he went into detail about why he thinks he's an ambitious person. Right? So he showed experience, he showed past experiences, and he gave examples. Okay. So when you talk about yourself, the most important question in any job interview, you have to be concise, give examples, be specific, and you want to show relevant skill and personality related to that job you're looking for. All right. Okay, that's it for now. Homework, I'm going to send home this exercise with the audio. Right, you just have to listen to it and then put in these the words in the blank, number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Use these words here. All right, and the conversation continues on to number 12. Okay? And then I'm going to send this home right here, this audio 4.11. And what you'll do is you'll listen and then complete the sentences, all right? Fill in the missing word. And that's number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all right? So your homework. This, and this, okay? Next video, we're going to talk about avoiding common mistakes that many people make in job interviews, right? Okay, if you have any questions, again, please ask through Google Classroom, and or you can ask me through WhatsApp, and I'll try to respond to you as soon as possible. I hope everyone's getting more comfortable with learning using Google Classroom and YouTube also, okay? But thanks for watching, and then we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.